Nathan, why are you holding your mic?
Because it's closer to my face this way. I did it last time on Pixel Response. It was fun.
Okay.
Are you
Because
trying to be a
before you
DJ?
didn't hold your mic and you sounded fine.
Oh, does it sound
Are you
bad?
trying to be like a sucker
No,
MC?
you sound the same. I'm just curious why you're doing it.
Oh, it's just fun. It feels more radio.
You got to be careful though. If you're
But
like bumping the chords and touching the chords or moving them, that could cause
Like
Like,
unplug it.
stuff.
You need
Yeah.
you need to act like you're like a singer in a band and now just like jump around and spin on your chair and everything.
Yeah, I need a mic stand, and then it'll just be like Freddie Mercury style performance every week.
Exactly.
But I'll
there
just
you
be
go.
kind of talking about video games, so equally.
Sing about video
energetic.
games is really what you need to do.
People already do that. There's a small industry for it. But yeah.
You had something you wanted to float past us.
Right. I guess, is the gift of donuts a gift or a curse? That's my question. If you got handed like a dozen donuts, would you say thanks and then throw them away, or will you feel obligated to eat them?
I'd say thanks and hand them to other people. 'Cause
That's what I would do. That's my answer.
But what do you just go out in the streets and give random people, or like have a donut gathering?
Okay, where are you at first? This
Yeah,
is
like who's giving me donuts on the street?
No, it's like you're about to drive back to your city of origin. And it's
Okay.
like, hey, here's a dozen donuts for the drive.
Well, okay, if they're saying that, then yeah, you'd eat them on the drive.
No, I wouldn't. They would sit in my car, and I'd probably throw them out because I'm not planning to meet anyone on the drive.
Exactly. Okay. Just wanted validation, because that's probably what's going to happen.
I-
We've
Just,
already had
Like,
some.
pro tip, don't eat donuts.
Oh, yeah, okay. They're not, there's no case where they're good. Like, not even make a burger out of it.
This
Would you-
situation is just weird in general to me that you think like this has happened. Is this happened or do you think it's going to happen?
No,
Hang
it's
on,
already
I wanna
happened.
go back to
I can
Snape.
see them from here.
Oh
If
my
it's
god.
a donut burger, which I've had, that's funny. Like once, do it so you can say you've done it.
Same like with the kind of chicken sandwich that doesn't have a bun. It's just chicken.
The double down.
I believe you just
Yeah, no, I'm a fan of novelty food, but like do it once and then like go to the gym for a week.
Like that taco that's also chip.
Doritos taco. Have either
Yeah.
of you guys tried Taco Bell's breakfast?
Nope, I've never had
No.
Taco Bell.
Waffle taco.
Have you tried it? The
I haven't
early
tried it, but I figured
rumbles.
being in the States, like I could try everything.
Okay.
I probably shouldn't.
I heard all of it was kind of ill-conceived ideas, but waffles are good, and I like some things about tacos, but I don't know if they should mix. Like, hey, dessert pizza though, that was a win, right?
Dessert pizza's fine. I'm just not a big dessert guy anymore.
Fair enough.
Well, that's because you're actually fit. So
Thank you.
you're welcome. I like how you're caught off guard by that too.
I wasn't expecting it.
You're
Cause
welcome.
you never compliment me. It's always just mean.
I'm just a jerk to everybody. God.
But now we have it on camera.
There you go.
Oh, great. Now we have you blushing.
Am I blushing?
It kind of looks like it because of the sunburn.
Oh, I get sunburned a lot. I'm really good at that.
All right, I'm back from sunny windy Lethbridge. That's where I was for 3 days, not the whole time.
So I'm sorry to hear that, bud.
Yeah, I have fun, sort of. I found the quietest room I've ever been in, so there's a news story for you.
Was it like a soundproof room?
No, it was just this back room in a bookstore, and I don't know if the books were absorbing all the sound or what, but I just kind of was hyper aware of how not noise there was in that room. It was like I could hear everything, and it was awesome. But yeah, I wasn't high or anything at the time. I just thought it was a cool room.
420, am I right?
Yeah, that happened as well. Easter as well.
Happy Hitler, everybody.
Yeah, he was also born.
Happy, day after.
I guess it was dumb. I read an article like explaining away myths as to why they chose 420, but it didn't actually say what the real answer was. It was just like it wasn't this, or this, and I was like, okay, thanks for nothing.
Because
Like,
Hitler was
I thought it
high every
was.
day. World
Yeah.
War II, Hitler was smoking every day.
To me, it's just controversial beginnings. Anyway, hey, it's a top-down perspective. Hitler is an antagonist in Wolfenstein, so that's why.
And a couple other games and real life.
Well, Master D's head explodes in Bionic
true.
Commando, so That's another point there. But hey, I'm a occasional guest on the show nowadays. My name's Nathan.
That's not true.
I know. I missed 2. Well, I missed 1, but 2 weeks were missed, right?
Yeah, because you were busy. I was at PAX.
And you were sick.
Yeah. No. Yeah. My
Oh
throat was
right,
not-
yeah.
It was mostly just I was scared to do a live thing. We did like a long recording session with a lot of editing where I was kind of leaving stuff over at Pixel, but I didn't want to change the whole format for me, so I didn't do that. But hey, I'm back. Sean is also here.
I'm here. It's
yeah.
April 21st.
April 21st, day after Hitler's birthday. So
Yeah. Happy
it's
Hitler's
safe to come
Death
out.
Day.
Yeah. John is here. Hey,
Yo.
John.
Hi.
Sorry about the whole trip. That I listened to the whole story. That
Yeah,
was,
wasn't it quite the story?
Yeah. Canadian bagel though, so some good came out of it. That was the one I remembered. Actually, every time I saw a great Canadian bagel, or what was the other place? Swiss Chalet. We actually went to Swiss Chalet just to kind of commemorate. I don't
I
know.
don't think I've ever been to a Swiss chalet.
It's okay. Their sauce kind of grows on you. It's just like this oily dip, but that probably doesn't sound appealing, but it's okay. It's like smoky chicken.
This is like the 4th super boring topic we've gotten on.
Yeah, I was in Lethbridge for days.
Excuse
I
me,
was
what's wrong with
immersed in
chicken?
My whole definition of what was exciting.
Chicken is an action-packed meal. Full of
full of
vitamins and
protein.
shit.
Video games are exciting though, right, guys? I got to play some. We could.
Oh, yeah?
Talk about those.
What'd you play?
I guess sure. I'll just take the first run at this.
Yeah, in the last 3 weeks, what have you been playing?
All of Chrono Trigger. I finished it, except
Hey.
maybe some side quest stuff in the Vortex. John probably knows what I'm talking about. There's
Yeah.
like,
Playing the
not
DS
me.
one, right?
yeah, it's the DS version. Is that exclusive new stuff or?
Yes. If the Time Vortex thing you're talking of, if it's what I think it is a side thing they added into the DS version, which gets you the true ending to Chrono Trigger. And I heavily air quote that because really it's just them trying to tie in Chrono Trigger to Chrono Cross.
Oh, weird. Okay. I
It's
got
also
ending
depressing.
1.
It's also depressing as fuck. So I suggest you stick with the ending you got.
Well, the ending I got, spoilers for
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
a 19-year-old video game that I'm totally going to talk about right now.
Don't spoil it. One day I'll finish that game. I'm like halfway through it.
If you actually honestly intend to get through the game, then we shouldn't spoil anything.
All right.
Nathan, you and I can talk off
Does
mic.
John never play that we can't talk about?
That's also a good point.
It's like a seminal. Yeah, okay, fine. I failed to finish it like twice in years past, so okay. There's time travel involved in the ending as well.
Fuck!
So.
Podcast over. Ugh.
Okay, I don't know. I got ending 1 Beyond Time. Is that like the old good ending?
Yes, that sounds right.
Is like 1B or something? It's like this is what really happens. This is the new canon.
I think only finishing like the extra dungeon they added into the DS version will get you the true ending, but the ending you have is technically the actual true ending to Chrono Trigger.
Okay, it seemed like a good capper to everything, so I was pretty.
I
into that.
guess I'll just ask this: you still have the Epoch, right?
The what? Sorry.
You still have...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Although...
I think that's like the only thing that decides if you get the other good true ending.
Okay. There was some kind of cryptic talk about.
These endings need better names besides good ending, good true ending.
It was
of-
beyond
Well,
true
it's hard.
ending.
It's hard when the game has like 16 endings.
Yeah.
Right. But whatever. It was a decent. I guess I was trying to beat Lavos kind of before I needed to at one point, and then I realized the thing that is across all time periods is a new dungeon. Like I didn't know there was this big sci-fi like space castle that you could go
Oh wait,
in.
you didn't do Black Omen?
I did, and like okay, I started trying to beat Lavos before I did Black Omen, and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna go grind some more. Hey, what's this thing? And then it was like, oh, I should have totally gone here. And then all my guys leveled up a bunch more times. I got a bunch of cool stuff, a bunch of Nova armor and whatever. And then I was like level 56 when I went and fought Lavos again, and it was way easy.
Okay, yeah. No, you're supposed to go to Black Omen.
No, it like rolls right into it too. It was kind of dumb.
You can skip it easily, Black Omen, but I believe that changes your ending slightly too.
Yeah, so I'm glad I did that stuff. But yeah, no, I guess the big takeaway from that game was just kind of the some of the storytelling decisions of just like having quests tailored to specific characters that kind of delve into their stories and stuff. Like it's just like, oh, this is a thing I was appreciating like Mass Effect 2 doing, and this game did it like a decade before that, and that's kind of awesome. Like good job on those guys for kind of coming up with meaningful quest writing and stuff. Like there's some real cool insight. Like there was one I felt like maybe I failed or something because it was like Luca, and it's like you can
Oh,
input a code.
I know the one you're talking about.
Can you input the code?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I have a save at that point.
It will get you I forget if it's a much better weapon or a much better armor.
Probably armor because she has like a really good gun that she got as part of the side quest.
Do you have the Wonder Shot?
Yeah.
Then I believe you already have Luca's best gun. It must be Luca's best armor.
Okay. She wasn't in my main party. At the end of it, it was Magus, Frog, and me.
That's
Like Krasno.
I was gonna
Frog
say
is where it's
David
at.
specifically is in the game.
Yeah.
No, that you picked a decent team. My usual team when I beat Chrono Trigger is usually like Chrono, Marley, and Luca, or like replace Marley with Robo.
Okay. I had Isla in my party for a while. I kind of liked some of her like triple and double tech stuff she could do, but
She's the only character you can steal, so like you can get like unlimited power tabs.
yeah, there was kind of people saying, dude, you gotta take her into Ozzy's castle. You can steal all these weird items. So I have Ozzy's pants,
Yep.
but I don't know what they do. I'm just told it's dumb. Like you don't want to equip it. I don't know. Whatever. Secrets.
A lot of the hidden items, the joke items, are like that.
Yeah. But yeah, New Game Plus stuff unlocked. Like a bunch of more dimensional portal stuff opened up, and
Yep.
that's cool. I'm probably not going to do that right now, but next time I want to play
If memory serves me, the dimensional portal's not that long.
it. Okay.
But there's another boss fight at the end, I believe.
Okay, there was like one extended side quest that just kind of wore me out with its kind of tedious back and forth between time periods. It's like there's this portal in 600 AD and there's another one 65 million, and there's like two little villages, and they keep kind of just giving you random like go get this thing. Okay, now go take this one thing to the guy in this other time period, and then you can climb up the mountain in the other time period. So you're just kind of like going back and forth, and then slowly progressing this kind of weird story about this dude who's on his own, and I don't know, you become his friend. You know what I'm
That
talking about?
might have been another one added in the DS one. They added one side quest and one like extra dungeon / mission.
Okay.
I think you're describing the other one because that doesn't sound familiar for my normal runs through the game.
Yeah, it seemed a little less like I don't think polish is the word, but less purposeful. It seemed way more like this is a side quest. Like this really doesn't help me fight Lavos right now or anything. I'm just gonna not do this. So yeah. Like some of the stuff you're finding in chests is just like a lot of money. So I just have like 500K and nothing to spend it on. So it's just like I don't know why this did this. But whatever. Cool game. I'm still kind of finishing up the Giant Bomb stuff on it. I'm at like episode 30 of 43, so I might still watch Chrono Trigger in the coming week, but I finished playing it and felt pretty good about it.
Good. I'm glad you got through it.
Yeah, no, I was ultimately impressed with some stuff in that, and that paved the way for me to start playing Mortal Kombat.
I totally get the
Which
connection.
Mortal Kombat?
The cool 2011 one, but on the Vita.
9.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm playing the Vita port, which is fine. Like it's feature complete and everything. It's got all the same great gameplay and story and stuff, except the graphics are like way worse.
Well, it's a handheld.
I know, but the only reason it kind of stands out is like the original game did such a great job of kind of blending right into gameplay. Like it's just like the story, just the camera starts to move, and then it's like fight time, and it's like, all right, let's go. This has like a hard cut where like Scorpion looks really rad, and then cut, now he looks terrible. And then it's just like, oh, okay. And then it zooms out a bit, and then you get to just fight. And that's fine looking when you're just moving and fighting.
Yeah,
Like it's
get
still
ready to
fluid.
fight. Excuse me while I remove half my pixels.
Yeah, like my resolution is going
polygons,
to drop
I should say.
considerably, and then it's going to switch back. So it's just a little jarring. There's definitely like less immersion, I suppose, but the story's still cool. Like that game's still just kind of one of the best paced fighting games I've ever played in terms of just like I just went through 6 chapters of it. Was up way
Did you
too
ever play Infamous?
Infamous?
Sorry, Injustice?
No, I never played. Does that have a kind of the smooth story stuff too?
Yeah.
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 Stuff.
You
Okay.
should do that.
They've been doing that story stuff since Mortal Kombat versus DC.
Yeah, I did play that too, so I guess there might be some story payoffs for that. I should play it. I just never got around to it. I don't know what it was. It was just like I knew it was on the Vita, and I liked that game, and it was like, oh, an excuse to play it again. Plus, if I have like all the challenge tower stuff, just as kind of a, nighttime game, like I'll just jump in there and do some weird stuff. Maybe I'll do that. So it's kind of handheld stuff, on the road in a hotel room.
Sure.
You have the Vita and the DS. And yeah, that's honestly like Chrono Trigger was eating up a lot of game time. I am almost done Stick of Truth as well, but that's been kind of true for a little while. I'm planning to finish it in the next couple days.
I'm planning to start it in the next couple of days.
Yeah, it's pretty cool too. But yeah, that's it really for game time. It's been Chrono Trigger, watching it and playing it, and started playing Mortal Kombat pretty hard yesterday. But that's it for me. So sorry if that doesn't sound like 2 weeks worth of games, but that one game was pretty big, I guess. That's my excuse.
Fair enough.
John, you have the longest list, so why don't we
That's
start?
what I do. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Well, mine's technically also 2 weeks as well. So,
What? You were on last week. What are you talking about?
yeah, but I didn't talk about what I played on the trip. Remember? Because it was half hour of me just talking about traveling and how bad it was.
Right.
So I was playing Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D.
Okay. Instead of the current Donkey Kong Country.
Well, I was also traveling, so that kind of helped a bit.
Hey, you don't need a TV for the Wii U. Just saying.
I'll just bring the Wii U controller with me and hope that there's a Wii U nearby.
No,
with
you bring your Wii U and you plug it into the wall, and then you just you can't even use 2 screens with that game. They didn't let you do it. It was weird. I know.
I guess that's a valid point. I could just pack a Wii U, plug it in on like an airplane, and then just start playing it.
Well, I don't know an airplane if there's enough power, but like in an airport, you were in a lot of airports.
That's true. That was also an option.
So you
So just
literally
the weirdest tethering handheld ever, but it would.
I have read stories of people doing that on like Kotaku. So
Yeah, no, there's like a picture of like Steven Totillo doing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. On the go reviewing Wii U games, but how do you like it? Donkey Kong silhouettes.
It fixed the problems I had with the Wii version. I had a weird problem with like the bouncing off enemies mechanic that really messed me up in one of the extra stages.
Is that what requires shaking?
No, that's the rolling. It was this weird, like, you had to, like, keep retapping the jump button before you landed on an enemy to actually get an extra high bounce off an enemy. Didn't have that problem in the 3DS.
You're saying you have to jump off the enemy, because you have to do that in Tropical Freeze.
Yeah, but they just refined the timing, it feels like. Because I remember when I was, or maybe there's just something wrong with my Wiimote when I was playing the game, because I was having a hell of a time getting the timing right in the Wii version, but in Tropical Freeze and in the 3DS version, I had no problem at all. So
it was like an input lag thing or something.
I guess I don't know. Like I just remember it like souring my experience with the game so much I didn't finish it. But it just wasn't there during the 3DS one, so I don't know what changed.
But it's been a long enough gap where replaying the stages and stuff like that's totally fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
John, so you and I weren't sure about this. The silhouette stages, are they always black?
I have not bumped into a second silhouette stage yet.
Oh, that's right. We said that last time. Okay. Yeah. Maybe Nathan remembers. Did you play Country Returns?
I did not.
Okay.
So sorry.
I'll have to wait till I get back to it.
Limbo had some cool silhouettes though. If you.
Oh, okay.
That was kind of the game.
Yeah.
Limbo was just silhouettes.
Yeah, you guys like those silhouette stages? Play Limbo.
Whole game.
Completely the same thing, really. After that, I played a little bit of Pokemon Battle Trozei, I think is how you say it.
And this is the new Trozei, right?
Yes, this is the digital download one that came out like a month ago or so.
Right. How much is this?
$6, I think it was. $6 to $8.
Okay.
How is it? It's a puzzle game.
So like,
I didn't play the first one, so.
Luminous.
I didn't. I compare it more so to Bejeweled, to be honest.
Okay. So match 3.
Match 3.
Yeah, it's match 3, but you can click like anywhere on the board to move a piece anywhere.
For those casual gamers, Candy Crush.
Sure. Is it
But-
Puzzle Quest like? Is there like a layer of battling?
Yeah, there is battling to it. What you're doing is you're fighting these wild Pokemon. You're trying to capture them, or Trozei them, as they say in the game.
Wait, Trozei is a verb?
Yes.
So
To Trozei someone?
Is to capture someone, apparently.
is it a different means of capturing them than normal?
Well, you're technically not throwing a Pokeball at them. You're making match 3s until they take enough damage to be caught.
So what are you throwing at them? Like a puzzle box? Like what is that?
No, they just once you drain their health meter, they're caught.
Okay. But what is the human doing to initiate puzzling?
He's sliding pieces around in the puzzle box.
This just sounds like a web comic that must exist, where like trainer with a Rubik's cube then throws it at the Pokemon to hurt the Pokemon.
I guess.
That just seems like
it's just like they're hurting them
a penny arcade comic.
Like, I don't know, fenced area with slats and different stuff, and if they manage to sync it up, they win.
Then they push the fence over on top of the Pokemon.
Right, and then it moves into the kennel. I don't know. Sounds weird. But, okay, is it fun? Do you enjoy this product?
It's all right. I mean, I haven't played any match 3 games in a while, so it's fun from what I can play.
Right, you prefer some math to your puzzle games.
I do enjoy my Supercross or Tetris
You
Attack.
play threes, man.
Is it on Android?
I think it's coming to Android.
Oh, it's not out there yet? Okay.
Or you could get one of the rip-off clones for free.
I've been seeing a lot of people playing 3s or 3 clones, so I'm not like that looks interesting, but I don't have a means to play it. I don't even know if my phone could run it. It doesn't run YouTube videos anymore.
I know 1024 or 2048 is on on the web browser, and I'm sure there's many clones on the apps on Android Play Store. Not saying you should get the clone, because let's help threes out when it comes. I'm just saying, if you're dying to
see what the new puzzling craze is, that game I've hit a total brick wall of fun. It's just never doubling ever again. I can't get to 1400 essentially. It's just never happens. So I don't know. It is a frustrating game now. I'm just angrily staring at it on the bus, and then just
Look at that guy.
Yeah, angry bus gamer. That's me.
Yep.
There you go. There's your YouTube name.
Yeah, I was gonna say, check out my YouTube channel, Angry Bus Gamer.
Just annoying people on a bus recording a show.
But okay, so Trozei was sort of doing it, but then you're like, hey, screw this, Crosswords Plus?
Kind of, actually. I was just I was tired on the plane. I'm like, oh, this is kind of fun, but I mean, match 3, the catch with it is if you do a 4 in a row, then a 3 in a row, you suddenly go into Trozei chance mode, I think is what they call it.
Great. Okay.
Where suddenly you can just match 2.
Okay.
So then,
that sounds easier.
Crazy combos just start happening. You have to try to keep clearing the box as fast as you can.
So after you've hurt the Pokemon enough and you catch them, does it get added to an album or a collection?
Yeah, you have a Pokedex.
So do you do anything besides just now it's in the Pokedex?
No.
Or can you use the Pokemon? Does it help you in any way?
This one's elementally
that's what I thought was
opposed.
going to be the case. I thought I could get choose what my Pokemon were, so I could have elemental combinations and stuff like that. Nothing like that has come up yet where I'm in the game. So if that's in the game, it's either later on or they just don't do that.
Did you play the first Trozei?
No.
Okay, I was wondering what the difference in that was.
The first Trozei didn't catch my interest. This one did because I was in the mood for a puzzle game, and it's all right. If you like I said, if you like match 3s, you'll probably enjoy it. It's just not something I kind of will see myself going to that often.
Okay. But, sorry, is this Crossword DS? Does it do that thing where the D and the S, the end of crosswords, are bigger and differentiated on the box art?
I believe because it's the 3DS version, they don't do that. But that's what it was on the original one.
Is this the same crosswords puzzle that you played 4 weeks straight of a while back?
Yes.
Awesome.
I just randomly got back into it.
What was the best puzzle you solved? I don't know. What do you ask about a crossword? Was it fun?
There was a 51 by 51 crossword puzzle that I spent apparently 5 hours on.
Whoa.
I had gotten 2 hours into it last time I played, and then...
You spent 5 hours on a crossword puzzle?
It's a fucking gigantic crossword puzzle.
It's the Christmas one,
No, I'm not saying wow, that you should have done it faster. I'm thinking, what are you doing with your life?
I was on an airplane,
Oh,
Sean.
I guess you're on an air. Right, this is an airplane. I thought you were just like at home. It's like you could have done anything else.
Just like
Well,
lean the
I've
chair
been doing
back.
some of them at home, yes, but I had finished the large one by then.
Hmm.
I don't even think I could do an hour of crossword puzzles.
You can also take a break, so I'd be like, all right, 10, 15 minutes, close it, and go do something else.
Sure.
Do the puzzles have like pop culture clues and stuff? Like, are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tim Burton was a solution to one of them.
Okay. I'm just
Is
like,
there Street Pass?
Yes, actually.
What is the Street Pass?
They unlock more puzzles.
Of course.
Well, I was like, why would you be not surprised by this?
I'm not surprised. I don't know why I thought it would be anything other than that.
it's like you have a puzzle team and it gets bigger and bigger, and the more elderly folk you add to your puzzle team, the better you are.
All right, Chad has actually given me confirmation about Trozei. You can pick Pokemon out of your decks later on in the game.
It's like
It's not much later from where I am.
Okay. So it's about to open up.
But what does that get you though?
I was gonna say that seemed weird that it wouldn't have that. I figured that would have been like the main draw of the game. I guess I just stopped it early.
I don't know.
Like the pieces you match up are Pokemon heads.
Right.
So, and if whatever your starting move is, whatever your starting matchup is, that element decides the element of the attack. So I mean, there's like element weaknesses and like double damage that can be done to enemies. Certain other Pokemon will heal you in case the Pokemon takes damage, because the Pokemon is attacking you while you're matching stuff up. So
can your Pokemon like evolve?
I don't know if they can evolve mid-puzzle, but like you can catch evolved forms of Pokemon. I've caught a couple evolved forms of them. And there's like rare Pokemon, which means you have to go back and like play better. There's certain requirements to get them to show up. I don't know. I can see why people would like Trozei.
I guess, does it... I know Nintendo kind of squashed the thing about we're going to put some games out on iOS or something. This sounds like it could totally be on a...
Could totally be on iOS.
Like, Pokemon is available on the phone, and it's a puzzle game. Like, I don't know.
If any series was probably going to like go onto an iOS phone, I could see Trozei being that one.
You mean Picross?
Or,
yeah.
Well, Picross is technically already on there.
I just meant, like, if Nintendo was going to put one, I think Picross would end up being.
I would prefer it being Picross, but I know they would never just make that because.
Or Brain.
No, see, they call it like Mario Picross 3, and now everyone wants it because it's Mario.
All right, so puzzle games on airplanes.
Yep.
And then, okay.
Gears of War.
The first one?
Yeah.
On PC or something?
No, on Xbox. And I will say, that game has not aged as well as I thought it did.
Yeah.
Were you just like, why is everything gray? Like, there's no color.
No, it was like, why is the chainsaw not doing shit?
Oh, it's like gameplay balance stuff is not where it
like,
gets to?
I apparently just got really used to 2 and 3 because, like, the chainsaw is giving me problems. Like, I'll run up to an enemy to chainsaw them, but it won't grab them.
What made you want to play the first Gears of War, then?
A friend of mine was just like, hey, do you want to play Gears? I'm like, all right, sure.
See, at that point, you should have been like, well, I haven't played Judgment.
They don't have Judgment, so...
Oh, okay. You have Judgment.
Yeah. So we were just like, all right, well, like, we'll play through the first one and then just work through them.
Nice co-op campaign, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
There's that blind dude, like, that was a cool part. Did you do that? The big blind monster?
Oh, the Berserker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the end of Chapter 1. We're at the beginning of Chapter 4.
Okay.
I don't like Gears 1. I just never liked that game.
I liked it back when I hadn't played 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Like I said, they really improved in 2 and 3.
Yeah, I played through a bit of 1. It was like, I don't like this. Then I ended up reviewing 2, and I was like, wow, I actually really like this. I should try 1. And then I just finished through 1 and was like, that was a bad experience.
Like campaign pacing or something? It just didn't do it?
Yeah, I don't know what it was, and also everything is gray.
It was. Nothing looked like Unreal 3 was new back then, 8 years ago. It was exciting to see textures.
Was that 8 years ago? 2006?
Yeah. Gears is close to launch for the Xbox.
Yeah, it's been almost a decade since some of those machines. It's kind of crazy.
It's amazing, and we're still getting like games for it regardless.
What kind of society were we before chainsaw guns?
A peaceful one.
Yeah.
I mean, just seeing there's a lollipop chainsaw behind you, like it's just like, yeah, chainsaws got really embraced by culture.
To be fair, that's also foam, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I know.
Well, I don't think he was implying that it wasn't.
I just like displaying chainsaws in my office, alright? God.
Like, I modded a real chainsaw. Like, I take cosplaying seriously.
I bet you someone has done that. I bet someone has an
for
actual lollipop chainsaw.
Well, I'm just, in general, I bet there's a chainsaw gun, too. Like, of course.
Oh, no, there's tons of Lancers. Like, Cliff Blazinski has them.
Like, working Lancers, I bet.
Yeah.
Like, it shoots bullets and it cuts things.
Yeah. At the same time,
They
because
probably
it's
modded
extreme.
only with airsoft guns because they don't want to kill anyone. But
No, I bet there's I bet there are real ones. There has to be.
There's some gun nut somewhere who made that happen.
Yeah, and then he, like, just ran around with his, like, redneck buddies.
Yep. It's like you just clean it in the fields with this chainsaw.
Let's go chainsaw some moose.
Yep.
Wait, moose? What?
Yeah, just the antlers. Just shear them off with the.
This is like the most like Canadian thing.
Well, we're
okay. Sorry. How about a bear? Let's go chainsaw a bear.
I could see some of that because that's extreme now. Now you're talking.
Moose are pretty dangerous, though.
Moose can fuck you up, man.
No, I'm not saying moose aren't dangerous. I'm just saying when it comes to like pulp culture, no one would mention a moose.
Well, that's because you also live in California now, so you've become Americanized.
Well,
no one would have said moose when I was in Canada.
What do you think they would have said then?
Bear or cows or like a demon because they're extreme.
A demon.
I could.
Let's go demon hunting. All right.
I'm telling you, there has been a person on Earth who made a real Lancer and shouted, "I'm gonna go hunt a demon."
That's not.
I kind of hope this is actually.
I like that you're guaranteeing this scenario.
There's one person. There's a demon hunter out there.
Like there's 7 billion people. Gears of War sold X million copies. Like this has happened by now, mathematically.
Well, yeah. Like, statistically speaking, this has got to have happened.
Yeah.
We have data showing the charts right here that at least 2 people have done this
on the planet somewhere. Maybe in an uncharted region, but okay. Hippos are dangerous. I was just gonna say that earlier.
Aren't they like the most dangerous animal?
Yeah, but it's not like a moose. It's not the one you think of. It's like, well, bear has claws and giant teeth. Yeah, obviously, but then it's just like
hippos have giant teeth.
They're just like, but they're like knobby, weird. Like they don't look pointy.
Hippos are herbivores, aren't they?
They'll
Hippos are the most dangerous animal.
Yeah, some crazy.
They're apparently crazy aggressive.
Yeah. Like that was the story when the flood happened last year. Was just like if these hippos get out, it's on. So we need to like station this dude. Like he's gonna sit here with a rifle.
The zoo.
Yeah, that was a serious concern. There was a zookeeper last year who had to that was his hippo watch. Like 24 hours, gotta make sure this doesn't.
Yeah, just one guy's like, no, you guys, like seriously, you have to listen to me. This is a real problem.
This is a serious threat.
We will be down a number.
Now I'm thinking of like a sniper, like sitting on a tower at the zoo, just being like, I'm ready. If they try it, like I don't want to have to do this, but I'm prepared.
That was almost what happened. Like there are photos, but yeah, I don't know if he had a tower, but he had a big gun and he was sitting there, he was ready. So yeah, Calgary Zoo, it's intense. We didn't have to do that though. Our animals are fine. Elephants are moving. That's a big excitement.
Coming to Seattle, right?
Washington somewhere, yeah, maybe. I was told DC, but I don't know firsthand.
They're just going wherever they can, really, wherever they're needed.
Yeah, but anyway, okay. So Gears of War.
Gears of War.
Lancers doesn't hold up, especially in some ways.
I'll see when I get to the second one eventually, but. I'm
trying to think of campaign highlights. Like that blind thing was really like the Berserker. That was kind of the thing. Like I still remember the darkness stuff kind of sucked even then with like the
krill
spotlights.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thankfully is only in the first game. That's one of the things I remember disliking about the game. It went by a lot easier this time.
Yeah. I did with the vehicle and stuff too, but even then
that's the same chapter. Yeah, that's all in one chapter.
The train at the end was kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. There's like one special point where Cole ends up being like amazing, has like this special moment. I can't remember what it is because I remember his in the second one, and I remember his in the third one, but I can't remember his in the first.
Okay, like he comes through for the squad.
Like, why would anyone live where Krill is?
Yeah, like
or like, why would anybody put anything where there is? Yeah, why would you build anything where razor hail is a threat?
That's like the second one where it's just like, oh yeah, periodically like blades fall from the sky. And it's just like you should not live anywhere near here.
Actually, you know what? Upon thinking about it, I'll tell you why they moved there because it's fucking extreme.
I guess so. The same reason people live near volcanoes.
The first one is that it's the krill are everywhere, so that you can't get away from it. I don't know what the fuck the point of the razor hail was. I think that was also just a thing that happened.
Yeah, like it's just whoever's doing roofing in that universe is like gonna get tons of business. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's like cleaning up. He's also like stabbed multiple times onto somebody's roof.
Yeah.
But,
Yes, you see like this hardened warrior, and like, oh man, you must have fought a lot of wars. Like, no, I'm a roofer.
I'm a roof inspector or something.
Jeez. But okay, Gears of War.
Yeah.
You're almost done the campaign.
Yep, and that's all I played this week.
That's John's games.
Now
Sean,
I'm just thinking of like an insurance salesman. He's like, "Do you have razor hail insurance?" And nobody thinks to get it, but when it strikes, you really wish you had gotten it. And so like.
That almost seems like it would be such a recurring problem they wouldn't even offer coverage.
It's like the earthquake insurance, like yeah, yeah.
You don't think about it, but
yeah, when it happens, like yeah. Anyway,
insurance, Yoshi's New Island. How do you protect yourself from that business? Do you still hate it? It sounded venomous last time.
Yeah, I don't really like that game.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's so.
Did you finish it?
Yeah. There'll be a review coming soon. I have to write that. That'll be on Comic Book Ben like usual. But I have played through it. That game doesn't have Street Pass, from what I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that's another good going. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Actually, the one thing I will say about it is I think the 3D is fantastic.
Okay. Like they do multiple scrolling layers.
Well,
and
just
stuff
in
really
terms
well,
of like it never broke. Like I was never like seeing double images and stuff, and it was nice and subtle. Like it was just always working.
And you said there's like tilt stuff, and it smartly turns off when that's happening.
I think all the tilt stuff is useless. Like it just seems like oh hey, we remembered that this is a thing. Do you want to do this for like 30 seconds, and then we'll go back to the rest of the boring game?
Yeah, it was really not necessary.
Like it's almost like do this thing once a world, and it's like why are these even in here?
Yeah.
You know what the best part is, Sean? Is if you want to get 100% in each stage, you usually have to do those multiple times because you can't always get everything in one try.
Right, like I always hated the submarine because I couldn't.
The submarine and the helicopter, just the worst.
Yeah, like.
Which lack of variety is that kind of
was my favorite in the original.
Kind of, yeah, lack of variety and coming off of Tropical Freeze, like that wasn't helping anything out.
Right,
So.
like this varied, inventive platformer, and then this very kind of run-of-the-mill, straightforward.
Yeah, and like
one.
It is. I don't think it's Kirby easy, so I disagree with John on that one.
What?
You were saying you think it's easier than Kirby games, and I don't think that's the case.
Well, there was kind of two extremes, right? Like it was like either the hardest ROM hacked thing ever, or it was like.
But Sean didn't play any of the special stages. He specifically told me he didn't.
Oh, okay,
right. I didn't. I'm just played the standard stages. I couldn't play any more of that game.
Okay.
Like there was a lot of times where it was like, I don't even care about collecting. I'm going to flutter kick over all these gaps.
Kirby games probably feel easier because you can just save yourself by flying. So pits.
Yeah, that's my problem with Kirby games. Is if like worst comes to worst, I'll just fly to the end. See you.
So I guess by that logic, then yes, it is harder than a Kirby game. But
yeah,
I'd argue it's the overall game, at least not counting the special stages, is easier than say either the original game or
Epic Yarn.
No, God, nothing's that easy.
Okay.
Dude, you haven't played Legendary Starfy. Just saying.
That's true. I'll have to try that out and see. That'll be my metric.
That's like the.
Do not say a bad thing about Epic Yarn.
No, it looks delightful. I've been meaning to play it for years.
You've never played Epic Yarn?
I mean, just in demos and stuff. I never actually sat down with a copy of it.
Nathan is a notorious hater of hugging.
Yeah, it's true. I hate cuddling. And
so you never played Boy in His Blob?
I actually did and didn't like it. So I'm a.
Oh my God!
There's a hug button.
There is a hug button, but you can do it right away.
You press that button and he gives him a squeeze and he goes, oh, it's.
Did you know there's a hug button in Gears of War? It's just a hug button with a chainsaw. So maybe you'd like that.
It's like when your buddy's fallen, you just kind of pat him on the back.
Pat him on the back and he stops bleeding.
Yeah.
Way to go, bud. Let's rock.
It's almost like Stick of Truth that acknowledges that. Like Butters just runs over and is like, "Hey, bud, it's okay." And it's like, "All right."
Cat's on the back.
Healed up. It's like, okay. But okay. Yoshi No Island, it's done. Let's never speak of it again.
Agreed.
Hearthstone?
Yeah, Hearthstone came out on the iPad, and Twitter wouldn't shut up about it. So I was like, all right, I'll play the new hotness.
How do you like?
I'm having a lot of fun with Hearthstone.
Okay, that was like one of Paul's favorite things last year. So like the beta and everything.
Did it come out last year?
No,
Beta?
the beta on PC and stuff. Like he was early on that. But yeah. So
Yeah, no,
cards.
I'm enjoying it. I like card games though. It's basically a collectible card game without my wallet hurting.
Okay.
So yeah, you get to like make your deck, swap things out, and I think the matchmaking system is great because I'm pretty sure, like I don't know the exact stats, but based on the just off the top of my head, I think I'm like 50-50 for win losses.
And that's what you want, right? Close calls every game, like just kind of fun
Yeah,
matches.
well, I don't know if they're close calls every game, but it's literally like if I win a game, the next one I will most likely lose it, but the next one after that I'll win it. Like it seems to like match me like perfectly back and forth, kind of.
Okay.
So yeah, no, I'm having fun. I've played about maybe 2 hours of it so far. It's at the moment it's my like going before bed. I'll load up my iPad for 30-45 minutes and just play some Hearthstone, and it's nice. It's pretty slow, one-handed, just kind of playing your cards. It's very similar to Magic, except it doesn't have like. I guess it does have mana, yeah, because you have like your crystals.
You're tapping different stuff.
You don't. I guess there's every creature can attack once. When you put a creature on the field, it has to wait a turn before it can move. You have a certain amount of energy to play the cards. You can't play everything at once.
I guess is it like WoW characters or what are?
It's all WoW characters, and I even like for reaching level 3, I got a mount for World of Warcraft. Which
so it's trying to like rope you into some other.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you can go use the Hearth Steed in World of Warcraft, and I was like, no, thank you.
Is it a horse made of cards?
No, I think it has like fire for a main.
Ooh.
I want a horse made of cards.
It was pretty badass. Like I was picturing myself riding that thing with like a lancer, just shouting like, "Let's go hunt some demons!"
Right. But you don't need to see like what WoW actually has to offer. You had that imaginary escape into riding a fire horse, and it was great.
It was amazing. I'm gonna go make a lancer now.
So it's all multiplayer stuff, or you're always playing against some person somewhere?
There's some kind of practice mode that I think doing so will unlock more characters for you to play as, which allow you to play with different types of decks. Like each character will have different attributes to what kind of cards they can use, and then there's also just default cards that anyone can use. I'm just using the standard character. So I haven't really played the practice mode yet, but my character, she's some wizard girl. She's way into like freezing enemies and stuff.
Okay.
But I've seen other ones that are really into like summoning like totems, so you get a lot of small creatures on the field and stuff like that. It's free. The microtransactions are just kind of buying more coins to buy more cards. Actually, it's buying coins to getting booster packs, so there's still like an element of I don't know what I'm going to get. I haven't put any money in it because I've been kind of unlocking cards just from playing the game and leveling up and stuff. And there's also challenges that it's like, hey, if you win 3 times, we'll just give you enough coins to get a booster pack. So it's not even really aggressive. It's just for some reason if you really are like, man, I want to test my luck, I can put some money in, but there's no need to. So it's not aggressive. It's nice.
It's not.
There's a cool amount of like animation going on when the cards are like attacking each other and stuff. And
like,
what's really nice,
Eye of Judgment is kind of the thing that comes to mind.
Well, there isn't like creatures like coming out of the cards or anything.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Like light swords will come shooting out of a card to strike something, or like fire will get blasted from somewhere.
Okay.
And the environments you're playing in, there's always like stuff going on in the corners, like I don't know, like a unicorn or something just kind of grazing and stuff. So there's kind of a lot of animation just kind of on the playing field. Mm-hmm. And what's nice is you can, like, it doesn't wait till like an animation is over before you can do your next turn. So you can kind of like get a few things going, and they'll all be kind of taking place lined up, as opposed to like, okay, you attack, and then I'll wait till you do this animation so that you can attack, and I'll sit and wait for this animation. No, you can kind of be like, okay, you're attacking, and it'll just kind of all play out. So it's nice and fast. You have to create a Battle.net account, which makes me think you can play with friends through Battle.net. I'm not sure, but I want to try and connect with Paul. I want to know if I can play with people on the PC, or if my account can transfer. Because if I could download the game on my PC and have all my stats from the iPad, that would probably be something I would put on in the background while I'm on my computer.
Okay. I believe because it's an online game, you have the option to do that. Doesn't it have like a Battle.net connection?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, it's all Battle.net, so I think so. I just haven't looked into it because this is the first time I've said Battle.net
into any of this stuff. So yeah, seems like a nice approachable thing. I've had the PC version installed for a bit. I've just never jumped into it. So
Right. It's not on Steam.
No, yeah, Blizzard has their own little commune where it's just like Diablo and StarCraft and WoW, they're over here in the corner. So, yeah,
They have a pretty
really
big corner,
muscular.
to be fair, though.
Oh, I know. Like, yeah, they're the one publisher. Like, if you remember back at our store, like, it was the PC section was essentially the Blizzard section.
Right.
And then there was this, like, sad shelf of, like, other stuff. Like Infernal. I don't know why I remember that game, but Infernal.
Really? That's the one you remember?
Yeah, I remember that. That game
remember
just lived there
Trine.
forever. It was never going to go home to anyone. It was kind of sad. It's like
The
that.
Nitro family is the one I remember.
Ah. Yeah.
I don't remember Nitro Family.
It was like a dude like swinging off a rope with like explosions in the background.
Man, that sounds like fucking awesome.
I don't know if it was actually a good game or not.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, any games with swinging
Nitro's
up-
a cool word, but that doesn't really mean a lot. Like, wasn't there a Nitro Kart? Wasn't that a game? Nitro Bike. That was a game on the Wii. And it sounded great, but it probably wasn't.
It's like that stupid game where if you drove too fast you had a heart attack, Pulse Racer.
That sounds stupid, too.
Did you guys hear about this? This is
No.
like original Xbox. I think it's called Pulse Racer. It is
Okay.
a racing game where if you drive too fast, your character like has a heart attack, and you eventually stop driving, and the computer has to like revive you. So you have to stop driving for like 10 seconds to regain control of your character.
So he has like a defibrillator or something?
Yeah,
that
so
just
it's a racing game
automatically-
where you can't drive too fast.
What a dumb idea.
I know.
Like, also just
I
pulse
can't believe
stuff
someone
would
made
be
it.
vitality sensor stuff, but that wouldn't work either because the real player is just sitting on a couch. So it's just like resting heart rate. Nothing changes. But
All right, one thing I wanted to mention that I didn't last week because
What?
last week's was long enough. I bought an original Xbox because I found one for $30 in
Nice.
a comic
Yeah.
book store.
okay.
At a comic book store?
Yeah, they just had games, and I was like, all right, and they had some old stuff, so I picked up some old things. Here's what I bought: Sonic Spinball for the Genesis.
Ah, yes, the best Xbox game.
This was $4.
I think, yeah, okay. I have
I'll
that.
get
as
the
well.
non-Xbox stuff out first.
Okay.
Sonic Chaos for the Game Gear.
Really?
Great.
Okay.
Great. Batteries in that thing.
Apparently I have that game too. I did some game counting today.
This was $2, so why not?
Nice.
All right, actual Xbox games. I didn't get much. I got SSX 3,
Okay, good choice.
which
You should have got the GameCube version so you can play as Mario, Luigi, and Peach.
oh
Oh,
darn.
obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know you're big fans.
like
However,
NBA
there's a
Street
sweet
3.
sticker on it that says it's empty. See an associate for the disc. Awesome. Soul Calibur 2, because I actually really liked the GameCube version.
Yeah.
However, isn't this like the worst version of
This
Soul
is
Calibur 2?
Spawn.
No, that was actually the PS2 version.
Are you sure?
But
Pretty
Heihachi
sure.
is cooler than Spawn.
I believe the quality of them was GameCube, Xbox, and PS2.
In terms of
Okay.
what, like stage detail and
Everything.
But in
Apparently.
terms of like extreme badass characters, like Spawn.
Remember Spawn?
Spawn was alright actually in that game.
Is it Axe?
This
Because
was $3.
The version of the game I had was Xbox, so I remember Spawn being alright.
Wait, this
Doesn't that
was
weird,
this was $720?
I guess so.
Really?
The Xbox could do $720?
Yeah, like Ninja Gaiden could do 720. Or
That's-
480
huh,
was
wow.
it?
I thought 480i was the best it could do. Maybe not.
There was a
All right,
handful
and
of
for
games that could
$4,
push it, yeah.
Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
That's one of my cousin's favorite games.
Hang on, though.
The
I
free
didn't get it
package.
I didn't get it for this. I got it for Tetris Worlds.
That's actually apparently a really shitty version of Tetris. Sorry to tell you.
Whatever. Like it's Tetris.
I've had people talk to me like, yeah, Tetris World sucks. Just don't play it.
It's Tetris. How bad can it be?
Dude, Clone Wars multiplayer actually like has a small but enthusiastic scene. And it's my cousin. It's my cousin. It's my cousin. He loves that game so much. He'll just stomp me on it though. It's like it isn't even funny anymore. But dude's a beast at Clone Wars. So yeah, it's pretty good.
Anyway, so yeah, I picked all that up.
Oh, that's it.
I feel like I should just reach off screen and grab a game.
Do you have a Togi, John?
I can actually just do that. There's just a stack of games to my right now. I can just be like,
There's like DS games over there, but nothing. Not random consoles. That's pretty great. SNES, N64.
Game Boy.
Yeah.
Look at that. I can just like suddenly disappear and reappear like that. It's majestic.
Virtual Boy. Is there one near you?
No, I don't own a Virtual Boy. That's one of the few consoles I kind of wish I had. And
All right, this expo, we're getting John.
You have a Game Boy Micro.
Yes.
Okay.
I got it when we worked at the store, remember?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I've heard this. That's right. Do you have a Wii? Do you have a Wii Minus yet?
A Wii Minus. I don't have a Wii Mini, no.
Wii Mini. Okay, that'll happen.
I already have 2 Wiis in this house, though, and the Wii U.
Really? Oh, is that like too many Wiis? How many N64s do you have?
Wow, what the fuck's with you, Sean?
How many N64s do you have?
5 now.
Okay.
I bought one of them. That was it.
I'm just saying.
One was mine. One was a gift. One was a hand-me-down from a friend. One was a hand-me-down from someone at the store. And then Arctic Scarab sent in 2 N64s to me last week.
Yeah, like
It's not like I bought all 5.
It's not like every time you see one, you're just like, I need it. I need to add to the collection.
I gotta get them all.
Yeah, it's like conspiracy theory with like that one book, Catcher in the Rye. He just can't help himself.
Oh my god.
Yeah, references to 1997 thrillers with Mel Gibson. That just.
We need to move on. We
need to move on. We're done with video games. The ones we played anyway. There's not much news, but what do we have, Sean, in the news?
Okay. Apparently, the PlayStation Now was having a beta. I didn't even know about this. But
okay, that's like the streaming.
The games that are on it have leaked.
Okay.
Yeah, so PlayStation Now is the streaming stuff, the renting maybe. Here are the list of games. I'll go through them. Again, this is kind of a leak, so we're not 100% sure if it's going to be in the final thing or whatever, but there's some screen captures online and whatnot. Heavy Fire Shattered Spear.
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Luminous Supernova.
I like Luminous.
Nights into Dreams.
That's a video game that has Christmas in it.
Retrograde.
Wait, what is this PlayStation Now thing? Because I thought this was something completely different. Or is this the sale you're talking about?
No, this is the Gaikai streaming stuff.
What random... Half those games are digital games already!
Yeah, but this is where you can rent them.
Like, Retrograde is a really weird choice for that.
Yeah, that's like a $5 game, if even. Wasn't that on sale like this weekend for 99 cents?
I would believe it.
Like there were 30 games on sale for 99 cents this weekend.
There were. Did you guys get any of them?
No, because I'm an idiot.
Are you being sarcastic? Because that sounds like super passive aggressive.
No, I'm serious. I'm an idiot and I didn't get it because people were like, Tokyo Jungle's on sale.
Of course I didn't pick up any of them. I'm only an idiot.
No, I was actually an idiot and didn't pick up any, which I'm kind of bummed out.
I actually had most of those games.
I already have Tokyo Jungle.
When I tried to get When Vikings Attack, it was like, oh, the site's down, and I was like, well, then my credit card's going back in my wallet.
And it just didn't happen?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to go through this list.
Yeah,
Sacred Citadel,
okay. Yep.
Saints Row the Third, Skullgirls Encore, Sniper Elite V2, Puppeteer, Eat Them, Pixel Junk Racers Second Lap, Pixel Junk Shooter 2, BlazBlue Calamity Trigger, Ben 10 Omniverse 2, Contrast, which is a free game for
plus people.
Subscribers. Just putting that out there. So don't rent that game. Disgaea D2, A Brighter Darkness, Catherine, pretty sure was a free game on Plus as well.
Was it?
At some point it was, I believe. Either that or maybe it was the UK thinking.
Okay.
El Shaddai, Fuel, and Grid.
Interesting choices.
I mean, Grid 2 was
just
a
for the beta
Plus title.
at the moment. I didn't know there was a beta. But the interesting part is apparently there are choices where you can decide in the beta you can select to rent it for 30 days, 14 days, or 7 days.
All right.
Yeah, I'm seeing the weird screenshots they're pulling this list from. But, okay. Kind of random. Saints Row the Third.
Oh, yeah, in the chat, someone mentioning Tokyo Jungle was 99 cents. That's a great deal.
Yeah, that game's kind of weird. It's at least worth looking at. Yeah.
Why did that link not work? Anyway.
Is this even a new... Okay, next in news, what do you think of the recent Smash leak?
Well, because we get people send in news topics, right?
Right, so Zach sent in...
And for some reason this link didn't transfer over. That's why it looks super weird.
Smash Brothers 4 roster
revealed? I'll put it back in the chat for you guys.
Are there any
Or not
surprises
chest.
in here?
There it is. Okay, so this is just a rumor of a Smash leak for the new Smash Bros. But it showed like a full roster of characters, and the new addition, or I shouldn't say new, but the ones they haven't announced yet were Ganondorf, Meta Knight, Jigglypuff, Ice Climbers, Mr. Game & Watch, Captain Falcon, Ness, and Chrom from Fire Emblem Awakening.
Okay, so that's a new thing.
That one's a new one. The other thing that is, like, the article saying take this with a grain of salt because Ice Climbers was apparently mentioned a while back that they can't figure out how to make him work on the 3DS or something, so he's not going to be there.
What?
Yeah.
The problem is that we're talking about Smash Brothers, and every time a new Smash one comes out, people are like photoshopping a roster. So
yeah, it almost sounds like the Coachella
this.
lineup every year, where it's just like Daft Punk's coming.
I guess I was just like, dude, Chrom.
Hey, Zach wants us to know, and thank you for saying that. And hey, news was kind of light this week, so we'll take it.
It's fair enough.
Ice Climbers.
But that's okay that news is light.
That is a pretty decent roster, though, if it was real.
John, what do we have so many of?
Emails.
Yeah, I was scrolling.
That's
for
the
a
signal
while.
for it now, apparently.
Yeah, we got some emails. So, topdownperspective@gmail.com. There's a Facebook group. There's a Twitter, TDP Podcast, and that's kind of it, right?
I did a thumbs up because you can like us on Facebook.
Yeah, you can like us there too. People have been doing that. It's kind of nice to get
just like us,
email.
please. We're really lonely.
Like, hey, someone else. And it's like, oh, okay.
Review us on iTunes.
Review us on iTunes. We'll finally beat RuneScape Radio, which is the real Nemesis podcast.
See, he remembers the name of it.
Hey, I was just about to say, so we can beat RuneScape.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what you're talking about, John. Sean knows. And
I'm sure.
Yeah, there's a Steam group too, but I don't know. You just, hey, Nathan's playing Towerfall. Like not a lot happens there, but thanks for doing that too. First question.
Towerfall Vita?
Towerfall on the Steam group there.
Oh, it's Loot Browsers you got on Vita.
Yeah, I have that on PlayStation. This question's for Sean specifically. It's kind of long, but here I'll try to read it through here. As of now, I just got done listening to the latest stream of Top Down, and there's something you mentioned that perplexed me. In the latest podcast, you mentioned playing Tropical Freeze on the Wii U, and commenting on how it doesn't utilize one of the main features about the Wii U, the gamepad, and even going so far as to say, why does this need to be on the Wii U if it doesn't use it? I then remembered you commenting in the podcast prior about motion controls in games and how you don't seem to enjoy them at all, whether they be on the Wii or 3DS. However, your only argument against them was that they were embarrassing and not that they aren't intuitive, unique, or fun. My question to you is, why do you and so many older gamers seem to have disdain for motion controls when they're not only one of the main features of the newer consoles and handhelds, but are also being utilized a lot? I say older gamers, as far as I've noticed, it tends to be SNES era of gamers that don't tend to like them, and the primary reason being it's just different.
No, it's because they're not refined.
Yeah, so I was thinking about this, and I think it's... Yeah, I'm being called out. Got to defend myself.
Yeah, okay.
I'm fine with motion controls if they're serving something like a cool purpose in some way.
Like Skyward Sword, I thought did a really good job, but
Skyward Sword's fine.
Yeah.
WarioWare is fine, right? Mm-hmm. Like they're designing for that, but when it's just stuff like, for example, Donkey Kong Country Returns, it's like, hey, if you shake it, he'll roll. It's like, or if you hit the button, I'd be having a lot more fun.
Yeah. Or like you were saying, there's the weird obligatory sections in Yoshi's New Island where it makes you tilt, and it's just like, this doesn't seem like a meaningful feature. It's just
right. It almost seems like, hey, this level's kind of short. Why don't we just put one of these in here, and that'll last them like an extra 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's really a case of it not adding to the game, but like replacing something that didn't need to be changed. If it adds something to a game, say like the Wii Sports Resort sword fighting game, I remember that being fun. That's adding something to the game. That's the point of motion controllers I like.
Yeah.
Or I've even mentioned like Kirby's Tilt and Tumble before. Like that game is all about the motion, and I think
game's fun.
Yeah, but when they're just like, what can we do with this? I don't know. Let's just make them like shake it every now and then we've justified this console. It's like, well, no, you haven't. What are you doing? So my thing with Donkey Kong was, you have two screens. Why aren't you using them? Like, you're not giving me a good reason to own a Wii U.
Right. And that's like their main distinguishing thing is two screens, and if they're not going to take advantage of it either, that's kind of a weird thing. I guess it's not only Nintendo that does this though. Like I was thinking earlier, like Uncharted Golden Abyss does a lot of just like touchscreen stuff for the sake of it. Like just like the Vita has a touchscreen. Wash this helmet. And it's just like okay, like you're basically just like wiping the screen so that Drake can then comment.
And that always sucks.
Yeah. Or
but
there's the
then you get stuff like
to stay balanced. Like it's terrible.
But then you get stuff like Frobisher Says that's like, hey, we know this stuff's kind of dumb, so you know what? Find something blue in your room. It's like, okay, that's weird. Why not?
Like embrace the weird features and actually make it core to the experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a differentiating thing.
That's the problem. Not enough companies take proper advantage of all those features, so it comes off as hokey or not well done.
Yeah.
If those features are well done, and that's why you usually see those games selling well. Like Wii Sports, for better or worse, was good with the motion controls. That's why it sold well.
And I guess on the other side of that, again, with like Tropical Freeze, even if I'm saying, if you have no good reason to use your unique thing, don't use it. But it's like, if you don't have any good ideas, why do you have this unique feature?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, if you came out with the Wii U because you had all these two-screen things, use it. Like, why aren't you using it? And why aren't you using it well? Like, you shouldn't, like, what?
Yeah.
It's not like Nintendo was going into this console generation being like, oh, the third parties, they'll come up with something, because they didn't the first time, and they don't seem to be doing it now.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting Nintendo to have all the great ideas.
So let's see it. But yeah, thanks for writing in. Cody writes in with, what franchise or franchises should get their own fighting game? I want to see a Disney brawler with all the classic Disney characters mixed with Marvel and Star Wars.
Disney would never do that solely because Disney seems to like fighting.
Infinity or whatever, doesn't that have?
There's no real brawling between like franchises.
You hitting robots.
Those characters are not in there yet, but some like Disney Infinity 2.0 thing is coming in August.
Like the Marvel stuff got announced, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, like, there wasn't even, like, Kingdom Hearts had that big fighting game. Did any of the Disney side of stuff make it in there? Really?
What Kingdom Hearts fighting game?
Kingdom Hearts had a fighting game?
Oh, sorry, I'm thinking Final Fantasy Dissidia.
Yeah, you're thinking Dissidia. Yeah.
So they just kind of had the Final Fantasy dudes fight, and it was 3D combat. Sorry, I crossed the wires there. That's exclusively the Square stuff. So yeah, never mind. Disney wouldn't.
I was actually thinking like a Disney fighting game might be kind of cool, but a lot of those characters aren't fighters, so it gets not cool fast when you're just like, who can fight? The genie from Aladdin and Scar.
And Aladdin, he's got a sword sometimes.
Okay, 3 characters in your fighting game. All right, 2 from the same game.
Beast, and Kingdom Hearts, he's helping out. He's clawing.
Well, dude, Sneezy's a cold-blooded killer.
Mulan could fight.
That's true. That's about war.
Okay, like clearly I did not think this through all the way. Who else? I'm excited now.
Pocahontas.
That dude from Tangled, he's a swashbuckling kind of guy, right?
Everyone from Toy Story.
What? It's like natural fits.
Andy's mom enters the arena.
Yep, everyone from Toy Story. Sid, that weird baby head thing with the spider legs.
The piggy bank.
Yeah, R.C. Carr from Toy Story 1. In fact, from the ending of Toy Story 1.
But I guess Nintendo didn't seem like a natural fit for a while. Like, I remember when the first Smash Brothers came out, it's like, it's kind of weird. Like, Mario's punching Peach. Like, this is horrible. But it's just like, no, it's goofy. It's fun. Don't worry about it.
Was Peach in the first Smash Bros?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, what are you saying, Nathan?
The only female characters in the original Smash were Samus in her armor and Jigglypuff.
Okay, so yeah, that wouldn't look.
Wait, how do you know Jigglypuff was a girl?
Well, based off the cartoon, because that's what they were going off of at the time.
How do you know that Jigglypuff's a girl?
Because I believe they specifically called her a female.
Oh.
Okay, so never mind.
I won't argue that.
There would have been too radical weirdness in the first one, but wasn't there a bit of blowback though? Like, wasn't it like teen-rated Nintendo game with them punching each other? Wasn't that a little head-scratching?
Well, was it teen? I can check. It's in this giant pile of games right next to me.
I know Melee was. I'm kind of basing most of my...
No, I don't know, cause I don't know.
Either way, it doesn't matter because...
We didn't even answer this. Which franchises should get their own fighting game?
Oh, okay, right. I guess he says Disney, and we're just talking about how weird that is. I guess, is there just kind of a franchise of characters you want to see? Like, I mean, whatever. DC and Marvel have both kind of done it.
Yeah.
Star Wars has done it.
I wouldn't be interested with Star Wars.
Yeah. Star Trek doesn't fit at all, but that would be dumb.
No, Smash is E, by the way. Just so you know. Smash
The first
is
one?
Okay.
Okay. Melee is teen.
No, that makes sense. The first one was E, second one was teen, and Brawl
Yes.
was M. So
exactly. That's why.
just wait this summer. Here we go. AO.
Zero Suit Samus bears all.
I've seen that porno.
Franchises that warrant. I mean, Sony did it, and people kind of didn't think it needed it. Sort of. Sega, no, that wouldn't work.
Sega already has like a bunch of
doing
crossover
it.
games too.
They basically do it with all their like sports and racing games.
I don't
I
know,
can't
John.
think of
You're
one.
kind of fighting game expert. Is there anything you feel is like just totally overlooked? Like, why isn't this gone in the game?
The problem is a lot of the series that would have something like that already did get it or has gotten a fan version of it. So,
Right.
I mean, like, there's a Full House fighting game, for crying out loud.
I don't know, like an Adventure Time fighting game. That's got to be coming, right?
There's a Cartoon Network.
Probably.
Would you want to open it up a little more?
There is a Cartoon Network brawling game, but it predates like Adventure Time and stuff like that.
Okay, maybe do version 2 of that, and then we can have Mordecai fight Rigby, and then, that'd be cool.
Give me
Regular
Dragon
show.
Ball Z Budokai 4.
The third one was supposed to be the best one. I heard that.
It is, so give me the fourth one. Let's go.
Yeah. Why?
Ready.
What's with this burst limit kind of? What's with all these other
what's with
games?
this
Tenkaichi.
Tenkaichi garbage.
Yeah, just get back to what
All right.
mattered.
This next email comes in from Matthew,
All right.
and he was nice enough to send us March's NPD numbers.
Nice.
Because
I
he figured
I love seeing these numbers. I'm psyched to see these.
I'm glad. Let's run through them. The Xbox One sold 31,000.
311,000 systems.
Yeah.
PS4 371,000, 360 111,000, PS3 67,000, 3DS approximately 159,000. The Wii U was 70,000. The Wii was 28,000.
Yeah.
Vita was 10,000. PSP was 5,000.
Man,
PSP is still that close to the Vita? Holy crap!
I was just saying, like, who's still buying PSPs? It's probably just Japan.
I guess it's like, oh, I can't play Monster Hunter. I gotta go buy another one. Like the same way I was buying GameCubes.
Isn't
past the
NPD just
time
North
it made
America,
sense.
or am I just wrong on that?
Oh, you're right. Yeah. So.
Oh, is
never
it?
mind.
I might be wrong on that. I thought NPD was specifically just North America.
I think you're
I
right.
just feel bad for everyone buying a PSP.
Like
It's
Vita's
got
cool.
good games.
I like playing that.
Well, like,
If you can
no,
find
not
them.
Patapon, work time
1, 2,
fun.
1, 2, and 3.
all 3 Patapon games.
There you go.
Kings
That's a
of
game
Olympus.
collection right there. 3 Patapons.
Yeah. I don't know but yeah, PSPs.
The
Vita
Final
though,
Fantasy
that's
10 2 remake sold, I guess, 260,000 and then 208,000 on the PS3.
one of those was me. So hey, good job.
Yoshi's New Island sold 160,000, including the bundle.
Ugh.
So that's sad. You
Yeah,
guys,
that's
that was
probably
a mistake.
that's probably mostly bundles, to be fair, though. Hopefully.
Everyone wanted a green 3DS.
The
XL.
3DS looked nice. It did look nice.
But did it say Yoshi's New Island on it? Because now you're just always
No,
reminded.
I think it just shows Yoshi on it and with like the egg
Okay,
patterns.
that's better. Because yeah, if it had the game's name on it, it'd be like, now I got to scratch this off.
You just scratch the word new off.
Souls
And it's good.
350,000. I don't know what 51% for PS3 means.
I think it means slightly over half of those were on PS3.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Ground Zeroes 278,000. 54% of those was PS4. 20% was Xbox One. Both current gen 204,000.
So the majority of the sales on Ground Zeroes were current gen.
Yeah, I was one of the PS3 people.
By current gen, does he mean last gen?
No, PS4, Xbox One.
But isn't that what 278,000 is?
No,
Oh, that's total.
That's the
That's
total.
That's the total number
Oh,
for that piece of software in general. Yeah.
19% of those was PS3.
Yeah.
South Park was 440,000. So there's the big one.
And 360
Whoa.
was the 360 was the best selling one.
Huh.
I thought I heard that was the one with the most problems.
Isn't that the one you got?
No, I got PS3.
Oh, okay.
I got PC as well.
Second Son was somewhere around 440,000 to 500,000. I skipped Titanfall, which was over 1,865,000 without the bundle. Wow.
Yeah. That was kind of a news story, like in the last week, was like PS4 sales were still better, but Xbox One won the software race the last month. So, yeah, current gen's heating up, I guess.
That means like also a million people are playing Titanfall.
Infamous.
Like
I would expect the Xbox to win because it was Titanfall versus Infamous.
Yeah, but you know I guess the story was, despite having the biggest title by far, PS4 hardware still was moving faster. So yeah, and then Tropical Freeze 84K, best-selling Wii U game. Oh man, and GTA 5.
For a month, it says. What does that mean?
For the month of March, it was the best-selling.
Yeah. Okay.
And GTA 5 150K. Man, Wii U's not too good.
Sean, have you never read like an NPD report before?
No. Can you blame me?
That's fun.
You're a reviewer.
Numbers, dude.
What does that do with NPD reports?
We've read them on the podcast before.
I usually tune it out.
Figure on the pulse.
There we go. Fair enough.
What's going on? But I don't know. Thanks for the numbers.
GTA 5 still selling 150.
I think one thing to mention is these don't really account for the downloads, right?
Oh, they don't?
They usually
yeah, that's right.
Those are like flat-out sales, yeah.
So never mind. My Final Fantasy HD purchase wouldn't have been reflected.
Right, and a lot of like
Ground
Steam
Zeroes.
doesn't display a lot of that information, so we don't really know a ton.
Or South Park, I guess. Yeah, all these are digital, so never mind. But okay. Andrew writes in.
Andrew writes in, are you guys into tower defense games? If so, what are your favorites?
Not really. I liked some back in the day, but they were just kind of Tower Defense 5, and it's just Stickmen, and then it's playing like
Plants vs. Zombies.
Yeah, that was kind of the one.
That's probably the one I'd have to say too. I
liked Gears of War Horde mode.
Would you call that tower defense?
I would say Gears of War 3 Horde mode is tower defense because you're building structures to stop them.
I'd give you that one actually.
Oh, I guess what was Trenched or Iron Brigade?
Yeah,
that was kind of cool. And I guess that kind of fits too.
Yeah, so that counts too. I really like that.
Some of them. What's that? Defense Grid or something? There's one that people keep saying is really good. It's got a cool story over the course of it. But anyway, I think it's that one. I haven't played it yet though. So I don't know. I'm not like not into it entirely, but it's not something I like actively look for. And for some reason, the one thing I remember was like Flash games that just kind of ripped the soundtrack from Turtles in Time and just kind of put it over a tower defense game. It's just like, okay, well, you just made this way better. And then I click on stuff, and it's going. John knows what I'm talking about. You know.
I think, but you might have talked too fast for me to keep up with what you were talking about.
Okay. It's okay. Music from other video games being layered into crappy Flash games makes everybody happy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I thought you were talking about I Want to Be the Guy for a second.
No,
Daniel writes in with a long thing that basically asks, John, are you not going to PAX East anymore?
Yeah, basically, that's the question.
I probably still will go to PAX East, but every year I've gone, something has gone wrong. Between the panel, my computer breaking at the first time I ran the panel, to the fuck-ups on this trip, to my glasses being stepped on in another PAX East trip. Like, it's just like that con is cursed.
Don't go to that state.
Or now I'm just like, there's going to be a year where it's just like, all right, I got 3 pairs of glasses. I chose a different airline. I got 2 computers. Like, I don't know. You're just going to have to account for these possibilities.
I feel like it's going to get to the point where I have to just kind of plan, like, months in advance how to just take the flights there.
Yeah. Wear a big foam suit or something just in case something crazy, accidents. Because, I don't know. But hey, PAX East. It's like a year away. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
PAX Prime. Has that trip ever gone bad? Like, is it just smooth sailing to PAX in Seattle?
The only downside of the PAX trip is driving for like 14 hours, but...
Okay. That's not that bad.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, good. You'll brave the PAX East trip once again. And, I don't know, we'll be here to report on what happens. The Juker writes in, do you think you would ever try getting more guests to interview like the time you had one of the people from Hot Pepper Gaming? I don't know. Do you think that's a good idea? Should we actively seek out more people to bring on here?
I think we should. I'd be cool with that.
Sean, how do you feel about this hot topic?
You may want to say what the hot topic is.
Huh? Oh.
He got disconnected in case you didn't notice.
Oh, I didn't notice.
Did you guys keep recording?
Yeah,
we
still
did.
Going.
Yeah.
Perfect. Me too. Let's keep going.
Okay. Do you think you'd ever try getting more guests? Is kind of the question here. Like we got oh, dude. Now I feel bad.
What's up?
Hot Pepper Gaming.
Vernon Shaw?
Yeah.
Vernon Shaw. That is like our one guest that we've had in quite a while. Remember when my cousin Dustin was a guest?
Yep. Yeah. And then that was back when you were going on all the time about Deadly Premonition.
Exactly. That was years and years ago. Yeah, I don't know. We just haven't really looked into that, but I guess we could. Sean? Do you want to do that? Does that sound like a good thing?
I don't really care. It's whatever. It's always hard to do guests.
Like coordinating with another party.
Yeah, but Google Hangouts makes it easier, so
okay,
it's not off the table.
Okay, Matt writes in on Twitter in honor of the Game Boy's 25th birthday. What's your favorite Game Boy game?
I switched up a bit, but I'm gonna say Donkey Kong for the Game Boy. So
kind of figured, yeah.
Donkey Kong 94.
Hidden Depth. It's kind of crazy.
It's a good game.
This is original Game Boy, right?
Yeah.
Well, you can count Color, but yeah, it technically.
Well, it's not the Game Boy Color's 25th anniversary.
Well, I'm just saying some Color games could be played on the original Game Boy.
Oh, weird. I'm gonna say Metroid 2.
I don't like Metroid 2.
Okay.
I never really liked it either. It just was boring for me.
Okay. I thought it was kind of cool. Just the open kind of.
These Metroids. I'll be honest. I never liked Metroid up until Super.
Okay. That's fair, but I don't know, something about Metroid 2 I got really into. I honestly, it's like, I know DX, like Link's Awakening is like, oh man, people love that game.
Yeah.
I've never like finished it, so I don't feel like qualified to say whether or not that is like one of my favorites, because I haven't played all of it. So
if you played enough of it, you could state that.
Yeah, I don't know, but like Metroid 2 compelled me to play through all of it, and I kind of like its weird open structure or whatever, so I guess I'll go with that. Sean, like Mario Land 2?
I was going to say probably Mario Land 2.
Like 6 coins or whatever? Yeah. 6 golden coins? That was a good one. Like I picked that up years later.
Yeah.
There's a space section. It's kind of crazy.
Or, it probably actually ends up being one of the Pokemon games if we're going like how much I played it.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically Pokemon Gold. Actually, now that I think about it, it's probably Pokemon Gold.
Or it's like that version of Tetris was pretty kick-ass. So there's that.
I think I have to go with Pokemon Gold now that I think about it.
Yeah. Happy birthday to the Game Boy.
Would you buy it? Would you get it for its birthday?
Would I get it? I thought about it a bit. It's the thought that counts. Wrote a card. Put a card in my Game Boy. Like, here you go. That's how I feel. Allison writes in, I'm considering watching Game of Thrones since I can buy seasons on iTunes. Is this a good idea? Have any of you watched it?
I'm not a huge Game of Thrones fan. I watched season 1 and it
it's a
didn't.
Good show. It never really grabbed me per se. I watched a bit of it and haven't felt the need to go back and continue watching it.
Yeah, like Sean, you watched the first season. You're saying and it didn't hook you past that point. Like just like
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, I watched the first 2 seasons and then I kind of got off the hook and was kind of indifferent.
To be fair,
about it.
we're in the minority, so we're not the best ones to
Yeah.
ask.
I'm a sci-fi guy, so like swords and sorcery, not really my bag.
Yeah, I mean, season 4 is happening right now. People are really excited about it, but I mean, it's a well-made show. I'm not going to take that away. Like Charles Dance is in it, and that dude's cool, of Last Action Hero fame. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of your own personal. Do you like swords and the promise of dragons, but not actual dragons? I think that's a thing you need to know. Like, it's not going to be like Dragonheart, that cool Dennis Quaid movie. It's not like that. It's more kind of there are little eggs and then there are little dragons, and I don't know what happened.
To be fair, you've only watched half the show, so you don't know.
So maybe season 4, yeah, maybe they're burning whole cities every episode, and it's crazy. But I doubt it. I don't know. How much are they on iTunes? I guess that's also a factor. Like, how much are you paying for this entertainment?
Next question from Allison is, are there any podcasts where you feel awkward listening to because the host likes something that you aren't into, for example, wrestling?
This one.
Wrestling.
This one.
Oh, this one. Just like, I don't really like video games, but I don't know. These guys keep calling me every week and say, hey.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know why the fuck anyone would think I like video games. God.
Yeah, like look at this screen right now. I have no idea why we'd assume that.
Right.
But
I don't think so. I think I listen to podcasts about things I like.
Well, I mean, like the Bombcast, like there's the Power Bombcast, and I tried listening to one, and it's so inside baseball about wrestling. It's like I know all these dudes, I've listened to them talk forever. I have no idea what they're talking about.
See,
like,
that's the thing. I listened to the Power Bombcast as well. At least I gave like the free one a shot, and I'm like, all right, man, they're talking about wrestling, and that was back to the era when I watched wrestling, so I understood everything they were talking about, so I was totally into it.
Well, they're talking about that streaming service which has like back catalog stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like them talking excitedly about wrestling is maybe like more interested in wrestling than I've ever been, but that basically just resulted in me watching that Mickey Rourke movie, The Wrestler, which
not
is not
necessarily a bad reaction to have.
Yeah, but like subscribing for $60 to watch old wrestling, like I don't know if I'd feel ripped off or just like be baffled by how crazy it is.
I guess the closest thing for me is that I listen to Tested's dad casts.
Okay. And I listen to Dad Strength, but I enjoy those dudes a lot, and they just kind of make it more generally approachable.
Okay, I don't listen to Dad Strength, but I listen to the Dad cast on from Tested.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's like the same thing, so.
It's like really short though. Like Rich Gallup's a big fan of like short podcasts. It's like 25 minutes of just razor-focused topics and like stuff they did, and then it's over. So it doesn't.
How does that exist in a post-Bombcast world?
I know it doesn't even cover a commute at all, but it's more like, well, I was waiting for the bus and I listened to the entire show, and then the bus showed up, and it made that wait more fun. But yeah, I don't know. Like if you can make the topic interesting, like I will listen to it. But they still talk about video games and media though, so it's right in my comfort zone. So yeah, I don't know.
The next question.
Yep.
From Allison is, I'm curious about Conception 2, but not into having to be a male character and have sex with ladies. Should I buy it?
What the heck is this? Is it
All right.
dating sim?
So do neither of you know what this is?
No.
I looked it up and I've seen the box art before.
Yep. You probably saw it on Club Nintendo because it's.
And then the only other thing I can say is, hey, you know, sex with ladies isn't that bad. Don't knock it before you try it.
All right, so for those who don't know what it is essentially a game that came out on 3DS, I believe, last week. It's a weird dating sim hybrid with, I think, an RPG as well, like a dungeon crawler.
Oh, okay.
It's about like these kids, or I guess like teenagers, that are like mating with one another to try to like continue the lineage and make the strongest there is. I read about this on Kotaku last week. I'm like, what the fuck is this game? And then I was reading reviews and they're saying like it's okay.
Weird. It almost sounds like some of the ideas I've heard pitched around for Massive Chalice of just like multiple generations of heroes.
But it's more anime. It's very anime. So like this one oh, fuck, what the hell was the thing? There was a screenshot going around that I saw, like this teenager talking to this other guy's like, I'm looking forward to making babies with your sister, was an actual like dialogue piece from the game. And I'm like, this can't be a thing that really exists.
That sounds like a really blunt translation too, but okay. Cool. I guess, yeah, I'm questioning, but not having heard. Should I still buy it? Yeah, you should buy it and let us know how it is. That's kind of...
Try it. I heard there's a demo. I just read in the chat, someone said there's a demo as well. Give the demo a try if you're really going to... I assume based on the fact that you already know you're stuck playing as a male, you already know you've played the demo probably.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel uncomfortable, don't do it.
Like, yeah, you don't need to play games that make you feel uncomfortable. Like, that's not...
This got me kind of just more thinking about when I played like Mass Effect 2. And
right.
I was Lady Shepherd, and I got down with Thane because that guy was charming.
Okay. So it's just, can you role play in any, Yeah, actually, I ended up with Thane one playthrough too. Yeah, he's pretty cool. Drells.
He's like a plant thing. I don't know, some kind of lizard or fish.
Yeah, I looked online. Conception 2 currently has a 61 on the Vita.
Like Metacritic or something?
Yeah,
like...
Metacritic 61.
Okay.
Yeah, there's only 3 reviews of the 3DS version so far, and they are 80, 60, and 60. So apparently it's like a 70 right now for 3DS.
That would be a 65.
My bad, you're right.
So if it's a middling video game in general, maybe don't bother. But
or is it 67?
I don't know. I thought it was, if it was 90, 60, 60 would be 70, so that's my bad.
Okay. Well, play the demo, it sounds like. That's a general thing that anyone can do. Last question. Have you heard the story of that guy who posted a pic of a $50 eShop QR code on Twitter and someone stole it?
That's Wallen.
That's...
Yeah, John knows something about this. I know
the guy.
Okay.
Oh, man.
I've met him. He's known online as like a Balrog, the video game master. Balrog. He's like a reviewer on a website called Hidden Block. Sorry.
Wait,
Okay.
he's a video game master, but he's upset that the internet stole his card?
Because he does strange things at times that gets him in trouble.
Wait, like he's not mad, is he? I don't understand this.
He's mad that he didn't get his $50 gift card, but he's also realizing it was his own stupidity that made him not get the $50.
Like you have no excuse to be mad.
What was the context of the photo? Just like, sweet, can't wait to get home with my sweet purchase.
No, the funny thing was, the picture was him complaining about having to type in the code to redeem the card, but he had scratched out the entire code and had not typed it in before taking the picture and putting it online.
Theoretically, like typing it would have been faster than taking a photo?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why everyone's giving him shit about it.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it is a thing where it's like, well, I'm posting a tweet. Should I take a photo to post with it or something about where I am or what's going on? So like, it would just be a photo of the store or like a plate of food. Like, no. But I get the weird kind of compulsion to share what you're doing via Twitter. But yeah, that's a bad example. New credit card in the mail. People do that all the time. Just like, I got it. And it's like, I got your number now. Thanks. So, yeah, cybercrime. I don't even know if that qualifies as cybercrime. Cyber gifting by accident.
Cyber stupidity?
Yeah. Next question's from
King Marshall. Tag team cage match to the death. Paul, friend of the show, Paul, thinks that if him and Nathan teamed up, they could take, I guess, me and John. What do we think?
I got asked this on Reddit and said you guys would win.
Really?
Oh, well, Nate, say that.
Sean would carry the fight. Let's be honest.
But like both of you guys semi-frequent gymnasiums, so you're getting more fit. And I was talking about how I have a dozen donuts like earlier today, so it's like not a good thing. So if it's like actual wrestling fighting, like I don't know, I think we'd be in trouble. I'm wondering if Paul's coming at it at like the kind of
Paul was a smoker,
yelling and trash talking.
He still smokes, doesn't he?
I think he's cut back. Does Paul still smoke?
On occasion, yeah. Like like smoke breaks at work and stuff, yeah.
So he probably can't fight for very long.
And yeah, like I don't know, this sounds like a bad idea. like worse than even like maybe we'd take the pizza eating contest that we talked about before. That we shouldn't ever revisit because that's
which is why you're bringing it up right now, right?
I know. I'm just saying contests like feats that are catered to our.
Let me get this straight. You're saying you'd lose this cage match, but you're hinting that you could kick our ass at this eating contest.
Yeah, this donut eating or whatever. Like,
so you're basically telling us, yes, we were guaranteed to win the wrestling match.
But maybe, yeah.
We could win it because you can out-eat us. That's how it works.
Well, I mean, like, with WWE stuff, I'm not sure, like, magic powers and, like, weird kind of
I would just fight with a chair.
Yeah, okay.
Bring a chair with me.
Just hit people with chairs.
It's what I do in all the video games, so...
Can't this just be, like, a nice, clean fight to the death?
And the ref gets knocked over by accident at some point, and, yeah, I don't know. Grandstanding, though. Like making a big show. It might be fun to watch play out, but it's probably not going to happen. Is there a good wrestling game that we could all play and kind of work this out? Legends
Did you watch
of
the
WrestleMania?
PAX Wrestle thing?
I haven't watched it yet in its entirety, but
you have to watch it. Did you watch the Giant Bomb panel?
No, I haven't seen it. That's trash talking the panel, right? Like it just seems so wrestling related that I'm just like, this is weird. Like I don't even
You need to watch them.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I actually met Matt Rory at PAX, so it seems really nice.
Oh yeah,
cool.
Nice dude.
Cool. Next question from King Marchie. Do we like boiled eggs?
Dost thou enjoyest thy boiled eggs is probably a reference to Frog from Chrono Trigger. That's my read on that. Do you like boiled eggs? Yeah, is basically the question. Yeah.
I like hard-boiled eggs.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
I don't do it very often, but I
used to do it pretty often.
Yeah. So yeah, yes we do. Thanks for the very cut and dry question. Dunsparce and Diglett on Twitter. What was the worst thing you've sold or seen sold at the game store you worked at? So like a guy buying Aquaman GameCube full price.
Easy. I sold someone an N-Gage.
Oh, okay. Like full full price. Just hey,
Yep.
I want this console.
We had one N-Gage in stock, and we had like a bunch of like discount game.
Was this the QED version or just the first?
This was the side talker. This was the side talker.
The taco. Okay.
Yeah, and this guy was like, "Oh, these games are like $1. Like, I'll pick up the N-Gage and that." So he just bought an N-Gage and.
Wait, side talker. What does that mean?
Okay, so you don't remember how the N-Gage, how to use it? Here, I'll just use the 3DS as an example.
Oh, the N-Gage side talker. I thought you were talking like this is the type of customer he was a side talker.
No.
Oh, okay. Like a close talker.
For those who don't know what the N-Gage is, if you're watching the recording here, you had to you hold your phone essentially like this to talk into it. Like it's not like holding on its side like this. It's holding it sideways, so the screen would be facing in front of you.
Yeah, it was
how you would talk into an N-Gage.
Thanks, Nokia, for that bit of gaming history. You also had to open it to put carts in it.
Yeah, to pull out the battery to put in a new game. Yeah. They fixed that in a later model, but by then it was too late.
I'm trying to think if there's anyone who just...
That's great.
Like a poorly... it's just like, oh, you don't even know this game is so bad or something. Like, I don't know if one really stands out like that.
Nothing jumps to my mind.
Like, I mean, there's like games you have like a strong inclination like might not be great, like Superman Returns or something, maybe, of just like this is supposed to be middling.
I'm kind of wondering if I would have even been like, this game is terrible, right? Or if I would have just been like, whatever, yeah, here's your game.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Nothing comes to mind for me.
Yeah, not like an N-Gage, so I guess that takes the cake as being just poor purchase. Did you say anything, or was it just like, okay, I'm just bringing it through?
No, I told him about it. Like, I'm like, it's not well known. It's not really that well supported. He's like, I'm just looking for like a portable game system to have on hand.
Okay.
Like, all right. Well, I mean,
that's not the correct answer.
Like, I didn't try to talk into him. I'm like, well, I mean, like, it's not the most recommended. I sort of tried to talk him out of it, but at the same time, I was like, I really don't want this in the store anymore.
And you took a sweet selfie of yourself doing this transaction. Just laughed at him.
This is well before I had a smartphone, so.
Yep.
No, I know.
There you go. Aquaman. That's a weirdly specific example, but yeah, in the question. Junkie GS. As a Kirby fan, I'm not excited for Triple Deluxe. Oh, okay. Kirby games to me are all about unique and fun gameplay, but with Triple Deluxe, it's exactly like Return to Dreamland since that game sold well and is a cookie-cutter platformer. What are your thoughts?
I can totally understand why they feel that way. I'm still buying it regardless because I liked Return to Dreamland, but I agree it is basically just Nintendo retreading the same ground, which is weird because that's kind of what the Kirby series is not known for anymore.
I'm trying to, there seemed to be some that looked more straight, like Amazing Mirror or something. Like, weren't there some that were just kind of adventures? Like, they're not, there's this mechanic that's totally different.
Return to Dreamland was that.
Yeah, like it's common. Like half the Kirby games are like proper platformers, and then half the Kirby games are like crazy experiment games.
Yeah, and the crazy experiments, those be it with art
I'd say
style.
More than half are the weird ones because they'll even have some platformers that are weird, like Mass Attack.
I'm counting Mass Attack in like the weird variant one.
Okay.
Yeah, but or like Canvas. Curse and stuff.
Yeah, and then there's like Kirby's Dream Course, Kirby's Block Ball, Kirby's Pinball Land, Kirby's Avalanche.
What is Kirby's Avalanche?
It's basically Puyo Pop, but with Kirby.
So Triple Deluxe, what does that title even mean? Is it just 3 games?
I don't even remember what it means. Does it mean
3
something?
characters? Like, is there different stuff in there?
Well, Triple Deluxe just means 3D.
Oh, great.
Oh, right.
I guess.
Wow.
So it's a pretty straightforward platformer then, by the looks of it.
From what I've seen of the footage, it seems to play pretty much like Return to Dreamland. So, I mean, I'm excited because I liked Return to Dreamland, but...
I did not.
Well, then there you go. Then you're not going to like Triple Deluxe, probably.
Return to Dreamland's, quirk was you could get really big every now and then.
Oh, like the crazy, super move?
Yeah.
Well,
right?
That
was the one unique thing?
No, the new thing was the mega powers, where you had the gigantic sword or the gigantic hammer.
Yeah.
That's Kirby's Final Smash in the new Smash Brothers, by the way. It's the giant sword.
Last question from Junkie GS. Thanks to Nathan and Sean, I got into the Zero Escape games. Who's your favorite character in the series?
That's good. That's cool. Those are good games. Ten Miyoji. He's from the second one.
I don't know him. From the first game.
K was pretty cool, also in the second game. First game, let me think. June was okay, I guess, right?
What?
June, the girl, she's nice, right?
I didn't think she was cool.
She passes out a lot, you know.
Yeah, like she doesn't do anything cool besides like be a burden.
Like, a lot of the other guys are like bad, you know. Spoiler stuff, I guess. We can't really
Shut
say.
up.
Like that one guy, you know. Oh, that guy sucks, and that other guy. Man, I'm trying to think who. Oh,
Snake was cool.
yeah, I was gonna say like, who's that blind guy? He was kind of neat.
Yeah, I don't want to say much about that game.
Yeah, I mean it's a character-centric game, but there's cool characters in it, and I'm glad we got to share that series with somebody because yeah, those were some pretty awesome games I played this year. But yeah, I guess that's it. Again, so at TDP Podcast, those are that's a question place. Facebook, there's a group there, you can like it, and topdownperspective@gmail.com. That's a way to email us, and hey, review us on iTunes, all that stuff.
All right, before we go to Game of the Week, I got to interject here. A
Okay.
little bit of breaking news popped up in the stream chat.
Oh man.
There is a new Fatal Frame game announced for the Wii U as of like 4 hours ago.
Oh, dude, that's that thing I've been saying would be perfect for the Wii U since before the Wii U existed.
Yeah,
Pretty
now
much.
apparently you're actually going to get one.
Well, before it was out. Okay. Is there, like, that's it? There's just, hey, that is happening?
The article I got linked says Tecmo Koei and Nintendo are working together on the next entry in the horror adventure series Fatal Frame for Wii U. A title and release date for the project have not been announced yet. Basically, they're just saying, yeah, there's going to be another Fatal Frame. Fatal Frame 5 will exist.
I've honestly, like, haven't really delved into that series, but it sounds intense, so cool, I guess, with weird augmented reality, dual controller vision. There you go. Thanks, chat, for sharing that. And yeah, games of the week. What were the best games of this week, April 21st?
Mine's easy. It's Hearthstone.
Hearthstone for the iPad. Check it out. It's free.
I'm probably going to say Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D.
Okay.
It's not Crosswords Plus?
I was tempted to say that just for the sake of saying Crosswords Plus, but
I think it's been your game of the week several times before.
Probably because I wasn't playing anything else that week, but
Great.
yeah, I'm going to say Donkey Kong.
I'm going to say Chrono Trigger. It's classic for a reason.
Cool.
Pretty cool.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.